Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to challenge the level 60 version of the Valkyrie boss. And this boss is not a good fight for me because, well, simply because I don't have a good Lancer. If my Vargas had Power Stab, this fight would be much easier than it is. As it is, because my Vargas is quite weak, it's going to be a challenge for me to win. In any case, I'm going to begin. And before I start, I just want to figure out my party a little, so this should be fine. So here we go. Alright. So the very first thing I need to do is let's have Vargas get into one of these healing spots and Unbreakable Guardian so that he can attack next turn. So the first turn is in many ways a setup turn. Okay. So let's have Elwin roar and attack the Valkyrie. But that's after I move Bernhard into a healing spot too. So Bernhard's going to move in and faction buff. Now I will have Elwin attack. And he can use Roar or Sun Slash. Might as well Sun Slash because it does 1.5 times damage. So there we go. Alright. And then I'm going to use again on Elwin so that he can get onto a healing tile. And then finally, Leon with an attack. Alright, so that's turn 1. All my main damage dealers are on healing spots. So, now I need to turn him from Lancer class, from Cavalry class to a Lancer. And then Bernhard is going to move in to turn him into infantry. And then Leon will smash him. And then move back. And now I'm going to sacrifice Elwin to attack with Roar. He's back into infantry. And then... oh, I miscalculated. I used again last turn. Whoops. That's fine. AoE strike. So let's attack with Leon. And get Leon into healing. And now everyone else gets into healing too. And this is where Power Stab would have been useful if I have it, but I don't. Because with Power Stab I could convert him into... Lancer. It's turn 4. Well, I don't think I have much of a choice. Let's attack. Ooh. And then let's again. Let's see. Yeah. And have Leon do a second strike. This time there's no class advantage, but damage is damage. So there we go. Alright. So, Unbreakable Guardian. Bernhard will faction buff. Why does he still have a buff? Oh, that's fine. Yep, so Bernhard will faction buff. And then Leon will go charging into attack and then back into the healing spot. So, just a 3 distance strike. And back to healing. Another turn of attacking. So here we go. Vargas to start. Next is Bernhard. And then Leon. And Liana has nothing to do. And now the healing tiles are gone. It's turn 7. So this is, in many ways, practically the last turn. So here we go. Turn the Valkyrie into Lancer. Bernhard will attack. And then Leon needs to attack with his smash skill. And then with Liana still alive, you can use again on Leon, and Leon will finish this fight. And done. So, barely cleared it, simply because my party is very poorly configured for this fight, as I said. But it is a clear. I don't think I can clear the level 65 version for a while. If my Elwin was stronger, definitely, but as it is, it's not possible right now. So, let's go over my party then. Leon is at his full strength, okay? With his personal set of equipment. The main change here was I replaced Chivalry with Smash. That way he had 2 attack skills that he could keep cycling between. So that optimized his damage more than Chivalry would. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. I'm now going to replace Smash and bring back Chivalry. So that was Leon. Next, Bernhard. Bernhard was primarily here to faction buff. In terms of other skills, Hegemony is useful, but his 3rd skill is completely pointless. It literally doesn't matter which one you bring, because Sunshade doesn't do anything because there's no self-healing. Rupture doesn't do anything because he's immune to Rupture. So I guess I should have brought Parry, because that would have given him a bit more defense, but at the end of the day, it would not have mattered what the 3rd skill was. So really, it was just faction buff and Hegemony. And then he was here to do some damage and apply the debuff. I actually gave him a very crappy equipment set. You can see here, level 30 Anasis armor and a level 40 Oath of Justice, which was Leden's weapon. So, and then he has speed boots, which is why his attack was so low. But again, he was here more to debuff than anything else. sorry, he was here to faction buff and apply the debuff from his talent, Lord's Will. So that worked out more or less. Vargas. If you have Power Stab, bring it. You know, Power Stab and Unbreakable Guardian would allow him to keep his attack high and allow him to do a lot of damage. I unfortunately don't have his double class mastery, so I didn't have that because Power Stab is in his Brave class. So you do need 2 rune stones to have Power Stab as well as Unbreakable Guardian. Yeah, so Vargas had leaden set of gear. He has armor, Aeneas' helmet, King's amulet. He also had a Throne Guardian for his weapon that was just level 20. It's because this is like the only axe I have. I guess I could have given him Devil Axe. It would have made no difference which one he equipped because the stats are the same. So if you have a better weapon, by all means give it to him, you know, preferably with plus defense percentage. But yeah, this was my Vargas. You know, in terms of equipment and setup, he's quite terrible, even in terms of skill. So it was 168 defense plus 186, which meant he had 354 defense in total. But it was enough for him to basically just class change the Valkyrie so that the other characters could do more damage. This was Vargas' primary purpose. So that's Vargas, and last but not least is Elwin, who died after 2 turns. Yeah, he has the level 50 Steel Guardian from Bernhard. He has a level 40 Carbon Fiber Armor, which is also Bernhard's. Reaper's Breath is level 40 because I picked up 3 of them, so I gave it to him. And then he has a level 20 Assault Ring because I don't have a second plus attack accessory. And yeah, I mean, his job was really just to do some class changing on the Valkyrie so that Leon could attack initially, right? Because Bernhard was busy faction buffing, so I used Elwin. Did I really need Elwin at the end of the day? Probably not. I probably could have even replaced him with, let's say, Tieris for 1 turn, but I had him, so he helped a bit. Yeah, so that was my party, you know. Only Leon was truly a high level character. Leon and Bernhard were my high level characters. I had to bring 2 crappy characters, which didn't work, which kind of worked out in Vargas, but it really did not work out for Elwin. But nonetheless, managed to win, and at the end of the day, I think that's what's important. So, level 65 version, I do not see myself clearing anytime soon. Unless I level up Elwin or Vargas. Unless Elwin or Vargas has been class mastered, let's say, and it would be like a Lancer Elwin, or a mastered Vargas, right? There doesn't seem to be any way for me to clear the level 65 version at this time. So I'll be sticking with the level 60 version for, I guess, a while. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you found this video useful. I think the key was keeping Liana alive long enough so that she could again 3 times, right? She agained on turn 1, she used again on turn 4, and she used again on the last turn, turn 7, which let Leon do multiple hits. And yeah, that's everything I wanted to say. So thanks for watching, everyone. Nitro out.